Um, I'm having kind of a hard time, like, figuring out how to kind of address this thing that happened. So, I guess I'll just kind of walk through the story a little bit and give my commentary as it goes. So, recently, uh, I okay, okay, I see what I need to do. So, I'm gonna describe it in a way that is not very charitable to myself, but I'm gonna like still keep my perspective intact. I'm just gonna like when I say things that I did, I'm going to say like the worst accurate version of them that I can say. And then when I say things that other people did, I'm just gonna say like how it registered on my end. Okay? Okay. So this is gonna be a little interesting little experiment for me and for the viewer, I guess. So recently I cussed out my mom's mom because like basically oh this is hard. I cussed out my mom's mom because I thought that she was acting very entitled and way too familiar for someone who knows me as little as she does. She knows that she doesn't know me super well because she complains about how many obstacles there have been in between uh her and me, I guess, in between her and the ability to know me well. Yet still, she insists that she has the answers to my heart, as if that's literally ever been true. When in reality, when in reality, oh, this is hard. Like it's hard to like keep my um. I don't even. It's hard to keep the narrative going. I guess whatever. In reality, like I never actually had a conversation with her about how I felt because I would try to start those conversations and then I would get emotional and then it would be labeled as disrespect and like I would get shut down basically. And so at a certain point I just said, "You know what? Fuck you. I'm not talking. Like if you're not going to listen, I'm not going to bother talking." And I dipped. I said, "Peace." Um so in the kind of aftermath of this and keep in mind as well like she's not the only family person to act ultra entitled about like or maybe not act entitled but like she's not the only person to act like they know me when they very clearly don't, right? um on TikTok you can see like um I had like a crash out post about one of my cousins and he was doing the same thing. But the thing is, when that crash out post happened, like it was kind of a joint response to both of them at the same time. Um, and so in the aftermath of this, in the aftermath of this, hold on, let me check myself. Let me just make sure, because like I said I wanted to give the least charitable yet still accurate interpretation of my own actions as possible. Yeah, like I just cussed her out, really. Like, oh, and I also made a point to separate my perspective on um, my mom's dad from my perspective on my mom's mom. Like, I made it a point to be like, because she made it a point to try to group them together and act like I wanted to cut them both out, which I don't want to do. And like, I have actually a lot of respect for my mom's dad. Other than that, he seems to have no spine whenever his wife gets involved, which I will always be mentioning until it's not true, which probably won't be the case until it probably just won't be the case, to be honest. But I have a lot of respect for his curiosity. I have a lot of respect for his mind. Probably more than realistically anybody else has in the immediate family. Everybody thinks his mind is slipping and all this, but he seems fine to me. Other than that he has no spine whenever his wife gets involved. Um, and so she made it a point to be like, "Oh, it seems like you what like want to cut us out," and I'm like, "Well, actually, you are trash, but Papa's not. You should just take notes from him. You should just take fucking notes from him because he had it figured out. He had it figured out. So, like somehow, inexplicably, the person who was always like curious and always like wanted to foster a strong mind within me, somehow, like he was able to engage in the relationship in such a way that makes me want to be around him more. And you can't do that, or you haven't been doing that. So you need to take notes. Um, okay. So in the aftermath of this, like last night, so yeah, last night, so my mom hit me up like asking what I said, and I was kind of like she asked me to like forward the voice log, and I was just like, why? Like basically, I was kind of in a position like, can't she do it? If she's gonna run her mouth, can't she just bring the evidence? Why do I gotta do it? That doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. Oh, what? You don't want to air out the business? You don't want to air out the business by bringing the evidence, but you do want to air out the business by running your mouth about it and generating a narrative about me that is absent, that the evidence of what I actually said and did is absent from that narrative. Okay, okay, sure, yeah, yeah, that makes sense to me. um, but last night, and this is the one that I'm recording for. Last night, after I total coincidence, by the way. I don't know if I believe in coincidence, but total coincidence, by the way. Last night, after I write up a big long like threads post. Well, it's not that long, but like it's long for social media. Long threads post um, about basically about how the biggest thing that has held me back is allowing other people to determine my order of priorities. Um, because they whine about how anxious they are, and I like take that on as my responsibility, and so I try to adjust my priorities to soothe their anxiety. Um, that's the biggest thing that has held me back, and I kind of just reflected about that online. Like I reflected about that in a way that people can see it, and then I also posted that same, basically the same post. I trimmed it down a little bit so it would fit, but I basically made that same post on Instagram and Facebook. Um, I meant to do it on TikTok too. I got to do that. Um, but so that happened that day, and then I made something for um my the best friend I made in high school. Um, recently, somewhat recently reconnected. Um, Lord, I hope her politics are not trash. Holy shit, that just occurred to me. The last like old friend that I reconnected with, his politics were low key trash. I hope her politics are not trash, but it's fine. Um, but so like while I was finishing up making that thing, I get a text from my cousin who I get a text from my cousin. We share a grandma, right? So my mom's sister's daughter texted me talking about some. You cussed out my grandma and my auntie, my mom. Uh, you best not talk to me until they get an apology. I don't got nothing for you but an ass whooping. I'm like, basically, I was kind of shit. I can pull it up actually. I can pull it up. No, no worries. No worries. I don't have to work hard to make a narrative happen here. I said okay, but I said I was gonna do the least charitable but accurate interpretation. So I can't just read off the thing because that would be more charitable than trying to make the narrative like trying to make me look bad. I'm trying to make myself look bad relative to what I did without actually lying about myself or saying that I did something or implying that I did something that I didn't do. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, so I said, I uh, I don't really want to burden myself with considering their feelings. So I'm now like rewording myself, but like the points are the same. I'm like I don't really want to consider their feelings anymore. They don't consider mine. So we might be waiting for a long time. I did say that for. I did say we might be waiting for a long time. Um I said, look, maybe don't call me a fucking liar for no reason or speak from my heart when you don't know it. If you know don't want me to be pissed off at you, but as if anybody ever has fucking cared about either of those things, right? And then I sent a voice log and I was talking about like, look, like honestly, I'd rather just fight you. I'd rather just fight you and get it over with than apologize to people who don't deserve an apology. Um, because they don't do any fucking work to earn one, and they don't ever fucking put forward empathy without me pulling it out of them like teeth. Like they clearly do not care about how the fuck I feel So I'm not gonna give a fuck about how they feel. I'm not gonna give a fuck about how their feelings are hurt. Maybe they should have thought about their feelings getting fucking hurt when they fucking acted foolishly. Maybe they should have thought about my feelings getting hurt when they acted foolishly. Because, quite frankly, I choose not to threaten violence. Generally speaking, I choose not to, like, even really bring violence to the table as an option. Unlike the majority of my family, the vast majority of my family, I just choose not to get violent when possible, wherever possible. I choose to avoid bringing violence onto the table of discussion. Um, because I can just hurt your feelings and that's fine. Like like when it really comes down to it, I can just hurt your feelings and get you to change that way. I can make you feel dumb about the dumb thing that you did and get you to change that way. Like I can just actually directly engage with the emotional forces that drive your behavior. Instead, basically, I can manipulate you. Is what I'm really saying. Is like I had to learn early on how to observe people, like people's reactions to things, how to observe. Not all of this is in the voice message, by the way. I'm like elaborating now, but like, yeah. But like early on, I had to learn how to fucking observe people and like see their uh 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 reactions to things and like understand what makes them tick and how I need to move in order to get the results that I need, because literally my emotional needs as a child literally depended on that. You understand what I'm saying? I literally had no choice but to learn how to emotionally manipulate, and now I just have those skills. I just have them. I just have them, and when people treat me like shit, like I know what is going to get through to them and what isn't going to get through to them. And sometimes I can tap into that and like act appropriately on it. Sometimes my actual fucking rage gets the better of me and I don't tap in. Even though I know that just raging is not going to like move the needle, I still do it because I need to get my emotions regulated. And I'm trying to act on the situation before getting my emotions regulated. So sometimes I just end up raging. Sometimes I end up like actually doing the thing that is required to make the other person to elicit change in the other person, right? And like I think that on a purely technical level, or not technical, but like on a purely like logical, what the fuck? That's a whole school bus. On a purely logical level, uh, like that is emotional manipulation in a sense, right? It's using my empathy to press other people's buttons in a specific way and with a specific combination that causes them to change. Uh, it causes them to change for my benefit. Um, and so yeah, I was just like, I'd rather fight you. Like they don't deserve an apology. They're not gonna get one until until they get right. I'd rather just fight you. And when I said they, really, I mostly meant like I mostly meant my mom's mom, to be totally honest. But I didn't say that. I was just like, it was kind of a blanket statement because my mom does this shit too, just less. But also like I cuss at my mom all the time. I don't know, I'm sure she doesn't like it. She didn't like it when I was younger, but like I cuss in general all the time, and I'm not about to like completely fucking censor myself and neuter my speech just because some blood relatives think that they're beyond basic vernacular that I literally know that they fucking use already. Like they use it in their fucking lives. I know my mom cusses at people, right? Like I would not be surprised to find out that my mom's mom cusses at people. Like these are grown fucking adults. Okay, like they like profanity is not beyond them. You know what I mean? Uh but it's somehow extra disrespectful for me to do it, and I just don't subscribe to that. I just don't subscribe to that because like just treat people how you want to be treated, and quite frankly, like violence is above profanity in terms of intensity and in terms of problematic nature. And like at the end of the day, like I know where the shit comes from, right? And even though my mom's mom has not directly been violent to me, like I know that the shit comes through her, and I know that the behavior when I trace it up the family tree, it goes through her. I know this. I just know it. Mm. Like I know that it was fucking normal back in the day, but like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And so why am I doing this, right? Why am I making this video? Why am I doing this little experiment here? I wanted to. Oh, it's multiple school buses. It must be like a field trip to the nature center. Ooh. I'm doing this video because I want to illustrate the like. I want to illustrate the blatant and basic hypocrisy that is at play here. So I'm the bad guy because I'm not considering how me cussing people out hurts their feelings. Supposedly, I'm not considering this. Little do they know. Story of my entire fucking family. It seems. Little do they know. I very much did consider how what I was gonna say was going to hurt them. In fact, the reason that I said it was actively because I considered how what I was gonna say was gonna hurt them. Uh but supposedly basically my lack of empathy makes me a bad guy. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, not only do the people in the situation who caused me to be fucking angry in the first place not extend empathy towards me, but additionally, people who are not in the situation and who hear about it secondhand and don't catch the evidence. Theoretically, they probably didn't catch the. I mean, look, if my mom's mom did not show my mom the evidence, she wouldn't show my cousin either. What what would the like why would you show my cousin but not my mom? You see what I'm saying? Why would you show your grandkid but not your kid? You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. So people who are unrelated to the situation, and then I know for a fact that my other cousin that I was pissed about, uh, 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 uh I know for a fact that he did not get the fucking evidence. So all of these individuals did not show me any empathy at all throughout the entire situation. Nobody cared about shit until I got mad. Nobody cared about shit until I inconvenienced one of them. No, like I guys. You see what's happening right here, right? And by right here I mean literally in like in my vicinity right here, right? You see the blanket, you see the pillow, right? And you see a car door. Okay? No, no one is reaching out to me for, like to offer empathy, to offer help, to offer curiosity, to offer any kind of like basic care. But I'm the but I'm the bad guy because because when people speak for me, when they don't know me, and then actively call me a fucking liar with no proof, I get pissed off and I yell at them and I cuss at them. I'm the bad guy, even though I'm also the person who one ends generational curses, but we don't even have to talk about that one because I know for a fact, I know for a fact that that is not something that's being perceived by them in most cases. Even though I am the one who never introduces violence to the situation, who would like never suggest, oh, like, let me duke it out with my family, let me throw hands with my family members to solve this problem, or let me threaten to throw hands with my family members to solve this problem. I only have ever done that in direct response to people who have brought violence to the table of their own volition on, on numerous occasions. Do you understand? On numerous occasions. Okay. So I'm the bad guy because I started cussing. Even though like I have full like analysis and like breakdowns and like insight and like a whole bunch of valuable shit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I said fuck you. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I really I really wanted to just kind of get on here and illustrate this contrast. Um, because like not reaching out for conversation, not reaching out for connection, not reaching out for basic care, not reaching out for um help with resources, not reaching out for help with planning, not reaching out for help with like let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. The grandparents in question want to talk to me about, oh, what's your plan? What's your plan? You need to have a plan. You need to have we can't help you if you don't have a plan, blah 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 blah. Right? Tell me why the fuck. Tell me why the fuck. Okay? I I so that post that I mentioned earlier that I made yesterday on Threads and then I trimmed it down and posted it on Instagram, posted it on Facebook. Tell me why the fuck my dad's sister's husband, I like this uncle by the way. He's a good dude. At least as far as I can tell. Even though, right, my dad's sister is the kind of person to reach out to me presumably on my dad's behalf and talk to me about how I owe him shit. I owe him like respect that I don't owe him and blah 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 blah. Because oh he's trying to keep you safe. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, because he did the bare minimum. Sure, whatever. Right? But we're not talking about her. Okay? Imagine the like stone sliding sound. We're just sliding that over there, right? Her husband though, right? Comments on my post from yesterday talking about like, oh, like I see like basically he's like, I see you're in like a really good position in your kind of spiritual journey here. I see that your self-development is really coming along. I see that like Like your insight is spot on. And also is like, hit me up if you ever want help turning your skills into like a path into the future. Are we fucking serious? Exactly the thing. Exactly the thing that oh my god. Exactly the thing that I would expect from the people who are saying, "Oh, you need to have a plan, you need to have a plan." Knowing, okay, here's something that they know, okay? Knowing that I was primarily raised by a person that they know is not studious, is not scholarly. Literally, my mom's mom shamed my fucking dad for not being scholarly, like early on in their relationship or marriage or whatever. So like they fucking know. And they're always fucking scapegoating him. My mom and my mom's mom are both always scapegoating my dad. Not necessarily for bad reason. Let me clear that up. Not necessarily for bad reason, but they're always doing it though. Right? So they have all of the information, all of the reason to believe that I would be underprepared for something like this, for making these kinds of plans, for etc., right? Meanwhile, a person who has none of that information, none of that context, none of that perspective just goes, hey, by the way, let me just offer you the exact thing that you would expect from these other folks with no strings attached, no need for like extra bullshit. You don't have to have a fucking plan and all this mess. Like, nah, I'm just going to come through and be supportive and that's it. Are we fucking serious, y'all? Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. It hurts. It like it's bittersweet for sure, but it's so fucking funny. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. So look, if you're in my family and you're wondering why I am the way I am, if you're in my family and you're wondering why I'm so angry at the world, that somebody said I was angry at the world, okay? And if you ever find yourself curious, this is why. This is why. It's because people who have absolutely no fucking information about who I am for real and like why I'm in the situation that I'm in, how I got here. People who just do not have the story show up as more supportive than y'all every single time. Because in reality, y'all don't have, like, most of the people in my family don't have this story. And most of the people who think they have the story actually have a narrative that is just disparaging of me and was never, ever, ever checked against the reality of who I actually am. Why? Because the fact is, y'all do not care about who this person is. Y'all only care about who you think I am and how much I hurt your feelings and get on your nerves and inconvenience you. And that has been made clear for the past 23 years. So, I'm not apologizing to fucking anybody. Because the fact is, y'all are outclassed by people. Y'all are outclassed by my soul brother's mom. Y'all are outclassed by this fucking uncle that I just mentioned. Y'all are outclassed by random fucking strangers who I have literally never met, who just show up and fucking offer me fucking survival supplies with no strings attached just because they fucking have seen me. Now, like, bro, they're so fucking... They literally don't know me. And I can prove to you that they don't fucking know me because literally sitting in my passenger seat right now from a care package from strangers are literally tampons. I don't have a pussy, y'all. I just dress feminine. And now I have tampons in my fucking car because somebody thought it was appropriate to give me those supplies. See, after seeing my situation, and they left me a note that said stay warm. They also left me some fucking flip-flops that literally match this blanket. Okay? They're not the right size, but it's fine. I got big feet. And they literally thought I was a woman. Like a cis woman. No strings attached, no lecture, no preaching on the fucking shit on the note. Like, none of that. Just straight up support and compassion for a fellow human, and that's it. That's all. That's all. That's it. And y'all can't fucking show up with that. Y'all cannot show up with that. And instead, you come to my fucking bank and drain me of my fucking compassion for a fellow human all the fucking time. Y'all have done nothing throughout my life other than take and take and take from me and give very, very little, if anything, back at all. And so if you want to know why I'm so fucking irritated with y'all, this is fucking why. It's because y'all don't do shit. Y'all think you know me and you don't. Y'all speak on my character when you have no fucking information and no fucking evidence. Y'all slander me on the regular, disrespect me on the regular, and nobody gives a fuck. But when I fucking say some shit, when I actually give a fuck about getting my own fucking respect, and I act exactly the fucking way that y'all have fucking taught me to act, which is to hurt people's fucking feelings and prioritize myself, y'all lose your fucking minds. So, look, you really only have yourselves to blame, except maybe my cousin that I mentioned. Like, look, you're a victim. You're just also a victim, right? But at the same time, you can still be a perpetrator, right? Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. Okay. So yeah, I feel like that kind of covers it. I feel like vent complete. I feel like insight / reflection is complete. I feel like experiment is complete. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this entire situation in the comments, because I think this is really fucking funny. And I would love to get other people's perspectives on this, even if you don't think that this is funny. So yeah, I guess that's it. See ya.